everybody, Pastor Mike here. Just wanted to give you a quick end of year update on where we are as a church, specifically with regard to our finances. Now, I don't like doing this in the context of worship, mostly because we define worship as encountering the presence of God. And you've just had this great experience, right? You've had good music, you've had a mediocre sermon, communion, whatever else we got going on. And then I get up and say, okay, we're going to talk about the budget. And then everybody's face just glazes over. There's no faster way to pull you out of the presence of God than that sentence. Now, it's important. It's important for the life of the church, so we do have to talk about it, but I don't like doing it in the context of worship. So you're getting this video instead. In fact, I like doing it this way better because, A, I get to use graphics and things, and also because everybody sees it. If you miss the Sunday where I give the budget update or whatever, then you don't see it. So this way, everybody sees it. So I actually like doing this way better. Thank you for taking 5 minutes to watch this video. All right. First, I guess what I want to say is thank you. Thank you so much for your generosity. It is absolutely incredible the way you guys step up and support this church, the community around us, each other. I mean, our engagement partners this year, giving supplies for our hygiene kits, giving money to the warming shelters earlier this year, donating to the Riverbend Family Ministry Christmas drive. The way you guys step up is absolutely incredible. The way you take care of one another through love and support, and sometimes lending somebody some cash, I'm blown away by the way you all step up and take care of each other and the world around us, and the way you make ministry possible in this faith community. I mean, think about the things that we've accomplished this year because of what you've done. We hired a worship director. We have helped launch a new faith community. We've settled into our worship venue. All of that because of your generosity, and I'm absolutely thrilled. So thank you. That's the first thing, is thank you. Second thing I want to say is not just thank you, but well done. Because given how the rest of this year shapes up, we could have one of the best giving years that we've ever had. I don't know what else to say about that until the numbers kind of finally settle in, but through your generosity and the way that you all stepped up, we could have one of the best giving years that we've ever had, which is fantastic. Now, what I want to tell you and what I kind of want to get into is where we operate in terms of the numbers. So as many of you know, we started off as a ministry of our United Methodist Conference, and they offered us a grant to get started. Well, through some mostly COVID and some wise budgeting by our leadership team, we were able to save money that is a rainy day fund that we could work off of when that grant ran out. In the meantime, we started getting outside donors who think what we're doing is great and supporting us, and then you all started giving. And so that's kind of where our income funds came from, where our income streams were. So the grants, you all, and then outside donors who appreciate what we're doing. Well, the grant ended last year. And so we are off on our own, away from the stream of the conference. And that's been a great thing, because it's up to us to sink or swim, but we've been swimming, and that's awesome. And each year, our giving has gone up. Now, we haven't caught up to our expenses. We right now, given the income from you all, your incredible generosity and the generosity of the people who are outside our faith community but are giving to our faith community, we operate at about 70 to 75% of our expenses, which means that gap has to be covered by what we saved from the grant. We still have a lot of that sitting in the bank, but we are working that down. And so we need to close that gap. And there's a few ways that you can do that. And here's where you can help. First, one of the ways that it's simple, and we want to get back to doing more of this, is to invite other people to see what we've done as a faith community. Now, before I get, critical emails, we aren't inviting people because we want them to give money to the church. We're inviting people because we want them to experience this incredible faith community that we have developed, and the love and the support and the affirmation and the connection to our faith that we have built in this faith community. We want them to see that. But then naturally, when they see that, they want to invest in it. And so that's part of the way to close that gap is show more people this awesome thing that we're building. Not because we want them to give, but because we want them to experience this incredible thing we've built. And then they naturally want to invest. So that's one. Two is a lot of businesses, a lot of companies have matching grants where you say, I've got a cause that's near and dear to my heart. And they say, okay, if you give to that, we'll match it. Partly because they get a tax break on it. So why not? You might hear my dog mulling around over here. Cody, come here. Come here. Come here. Say hi to everybody. Come here. Say hi. Oh, there he is. So if your business has a matching grant, that's a great way to tell your company, this is what I find valuable. And they can say, all right, great. We will match whatever you've given to them as well. So look into that if you've got a company who does that sort of thing. Also, a lot of folks have funds or accounts that are specifically for donations, dividends from stocks, income from businesses, whatever it is that is set aside to give pre-tax. So if you have one of those accounts, talk to me. We find out a way that you can give from that account as well. And then finally, I want to talk to you about your individual giving. The way we're going to talk about that is in terms of tiers. T-I-E-R-S, not T-E-A-R-S. Tiers, not tears. Okay? When you give, it should not cause tears because giving, when you do it right, is actually a joyful thing. We're going to talk about it in terms of tiers. And the first tier is if you haven't given anything at all, start. Just begin. Give something. Go out to eat one less time over a week, and then whatever you would have spent on that, donate that to the church. Just start. Just begin. You'll see a benefit, I swear. And then if you've given a little bit, evaluate where you're at in terms of that giving. I'd like to think of it in terms of percentages. You know, if I'm giving this much, what is that in terms of percent of my income? Maybe I'm at 2%. Maybe I'm at 1.7. Okay, well, think about what the next tier from that is for you. Can I give 2%? Can I give 3%? And then calculate that accordingly, and then make that what you're going to give for the year 2026. Think about it in terms of where you're at and then where you can go. God gives us sort of a rubric for it. He says 10%. I know for a lot of you, that's not possible. I would challenge you to work towards that. I am honest about where I'm at and where I'm giving. I give 10% of my income back to the church. I've just made that commitment. I give 10, I live off the rest. So I'd encourage you to think about where you're at in terms of a percentage. Can I bump it up just one notch? Maybe if I'm feeling good, 2 notches. Think about the tier you are on, and then maybe bump it up a notch. And then if you want to take that huge faithful step, shoot for 10%. That's the ultimate goal, right? What God has prescribed as our giving level. Okay? Here's what I'll tell you, because I don't want this to be about the money. If you never give another dime, the kingdom of God will still go on. I'll find a new job and we'll figure out how to make the church work. You never have to give another dime. It's not about that. It's not about the money. It's about your heart. It's about where you place God as a priority in your life. You can place him first in your time. You can place him first in some of your devotion. But are you placing him first in your pocketbook as well, right? I don't know, does anybody even still carry a pocketbook? I don't know. But you know what I mean. It's where are you placing God in terms of your priorities? And I'll prove it to you by this. If you increase your giving this year for 2026, and by this time next year, you don't feel good about it, let me know, and I will give you every dime that you have given back. That's how I want to prove to you it's not about the money. It's about where your heart is. And so if you increase your giving in 2026, and this time next year you don't feel good about it, let me know. I will give you every dime you gave back. That's my commitment to let you know that it's not about the money. It's about faith. It's about where you're putting your priorities. So take that as a little guarantee. Okay? So think about your individual giving, where you're at. If you haven't given anything, just start. Think about one less meal that you've gone out to eat. Maybe fast. That's a biblical practice. That's a spiritual discipline. Maybe fast, and whatever you would have spent on that meal, give that to the church. If you're giving already, thank you so much. That's awesome. What can you do to bump it up one notch? What's the next percent or 2% or 5% that you can give? Okay? And maybe for you, that's, you know what? I'm gonna not have Netflix and I'm gonna give that money to the church. I don't know, whatever it is. Think about it in terms of where your priorities are and how you can make a change to show that, okay, God's gonna be my priority. This faith community is gonna be my priority, all right? So that's my commitment to you, and I hope you continue your commitment to this faith community. Appreciate you so much, everything that you do. We could not do this without you. We could not have the incredible moments of the thin spaces like we're talking about this Christmas without your generosity in helping make this happen. So thank you so much for your generosity. Consider what you can do next, and man, hopefully we'll see you at Christmas. All right, take care and God bless.